Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the 5 Minute Facebook Ministry. My name is Anthony Daniels, and today we're continuing our discussion on perfection based on be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect, and that's out of Matthew 5 and 48. And today we're coming specifically out of Matthew 19 and 21. Matthew 19 and 21, and it reads out of NIV. Jesus answered, "If you want to be perfect, go sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come, follow me." Again, Jesus answered, "If you want to be perfect, go sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come and follow me." Now, this is a young man who wanted to find out what he had to do to be righteous, to be holy. What he had to do. He talked about, following the commandments and following all the laws. And Jesus said, and Jesus told him, if you want to be perfect. Now, these are the words of Jesus Christ. And again, I'm saying this is out of Matthew 19. And, in Matthew 5, he's already told us to be perfect, as our Father in heaven is perfect. And then he tells this young man, if you want to be perfect, if you want to be perfect. Now, if Jesus says that to you, if you want to be perfect, there must be a way to be perfect. And he tells him the way. He tells him, if you want to be perfect, go sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have a treasure in heaven. So he told him to go sell the possessions and give to the poor, and you'll have treasure in heaven. Then come and follow me. And the way this reads, it sounds like if he sells his possessions and gives to the poor, he will receive treasure in heaven at that point. Then he will come and follow Jesus after he gets his treasure in heaven. And that's pretty awesome if you think about it. He's still on earth, but yet he has a treasure in heaven. But, Jesus knows what the perfection is that Christ wants us to achieve. Jesus knows. And for this young man, who was very rich, if he would have sold possessions and given it to the poor, he would have received that treasure in heaven. Then if he would have followed God or followed Jesus, then come follow me. That was his final direction to being perfect. But I think that young man thought following Jesus would be easy. But because he was rich, he was not willing to sell everything that he had to give to the poor. And it wasn't the fact that it was hard for him to follow Jesus that stopped him from being perfect based on what Jesus told him to do. What stopped him from being perfect was that he was so much in love with the material things that he had, that he was rich, and he could not imagine living without the things that he currently had. And the thing is that he must not have heard what Jesus said about the treasure in heaven, because even though he had a treasure on earth, if he would have gotten rid of that treasure and given that treasure, the results of that treasure to the poor, he would have had a treasure in heaven that no one can take away, that does not rust, that does not devalue, does not go up and down with the economy. And he failed to do that. So again, we're gonna talk about this all day about being perfect. And my thing is, why would Jesus tell us to be perfect? And then why would he ask this young man if you want to be perfect? He didn't want to be, if you want to be righteous, if you want to be holy. He said, if you want to be perfect, do these things. And this is what we have to realize, is that the perfect part is following Christ. And if we follow God and we trust God and we believe in God, that perfection will come through God to us. We can't create it. We can't be searching for it. We can only trust God that he's going to make us perfect. Perfect in his sight. Perfect in his sight. So this is something that we need to just continue to work on, continue to believe and trust God that, he's going to burn off those things, those imperfect things that we have. He's going to trim us He's going to trim those imperfect vines off of us so that we can bear a perfect fruit. And that fruit comes from God alone and no one else. We can't have the perfect wife, the perfect husband, perfect girlfriend, perfect dad, perfect son, perfect child. But we have a perfect God. And that perfect God can make us perfect also. That's all the time that I have. God bless you. God loves you. And I love you too. Have a great day.